It's a fight. It's a cultural war we're in.
Well, where do you think it started? You know, Katrina, you were in the 2016 race. I mean, you were a spokesman. You all recognize Katrina. She was a spokesman for the president. I mean, why the dissonance? Why is there such an inability to get young people to come out? And why are campuses the feeding ground for hate for people on the right?
Well, I think Charlie's right. A lot of it is exposure. A lot of people say, well, Donald Trump has a millennial problem. And I say, no, the GOP has a millennial problem, and it is because so many people have not been exposed to conservative principles or conservative values, and those who are exposed to them, they're being preached to and not spoken to. And I think that has caused a huge disconnect with a large number of young people. On top of that, you have most of the professors in the universities are very liberal, and you top that off with the fake news media. 60% of millennials think Donald Trump is a racist. I'm a black woman, and he chose me to represent his 2016 presidential campaign.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
It is. And, you know, we can pull up a poll here. Trump's popularity among young people, 69% of people aged 15 to 26 disapprove of President Trump's performance as a president. Candace, I'll go back to you. Wait a minute. Isn't the economy doing great now, or...
Well, first and foremost, we don't pay attention too much to the polls. I mean, they told us that Hillary was going to win, and they were 80% sure, and she's not sitting in the Oval Office, last I checked. But look, I think that this president in particular is going to appeal a lot more to the youth generation because something about him feels very punk rock and rebellious. He's a rebellious president. He's rebelling against the establishment. He's rebelling against the mainstream media. And it's something that we identify with. When you're younger, you're sort of in a more rebellious phase, and it's something that this country needs to rebel against these socialist principles that are being taught on the left.
Exactly all right. I think we have, thank you, we have a question from the audience.
So looking back at the election this past November and the 2016 presidential election, are you seeing trends among college students going forward with voting on if they're going to vote conservative in this 2020 election, or are you going to see a liberal turnout for them?
Charlie?
So the Democrats did a little bit better with younger voters in the 2018 midterms, but they did not do as well as they thought they would do, and they did not do well enough to win states like Ohio and Florida. You see states like New York and California where younger voters are becoming more and more radical, where they consider Nancy Pelosi to be a moderate, which is kind of horrifying to think about. You're going to see more of those Ocasio-Cortez type candidates, but you look at Florida, you look at now Governor-elect Ron DeSantis, what he was able to do there. It's absolutely amazing to energize younger voters and even African-American female voters in a way that really defied conventional norms.
Should the president visit colleges in 2019?
Absolutely.
Without question.
That would be amazing.
Visiting colleges, without question. It really matters. He's got to engage the youth more.
Interesting.
And I think that the future of this country depends on it.
All right. I think we have another question here.
Yes. My question had to do with 2020 and